Yo, Power Guy and Power Guy here, National Avail title. We're gonna do another Garchomp deck review profile. Sorry, this was with the fighting one and dragon. So let's get started. So we do run two and two, Garchomp fighting, and two of the dragon fighting. So really, if you want to alternate between them, there's different setups you can do. So anyways, why I play them is because Royal Blaze most of the time, but Quick Drive could be pretty useful if you want to use it. So if you want like Ninetales first attack, you do 50 damage to whichever Pokemon you choose for your opponent. It could be their bench or active. Weakness resistance does not count for the bench. And Royal Blaze is 100 damage. And if you play the Cynthia from your hand this turn, it does 100 more damage. So that's 200 damage. That's crazy. I love this card so. I love this card so much. Like seriously, it's helped me love Garchomp so much more. And now on to Gabite. So the reason why I play this Gabite, there's another one because it's Dragon, and I do play some Mysterious Treasure. So it helps me search for that without discarding. So easier to get to. And so pretty much first attack is Antisession. So you search your deck for the card that evolves from this card and just put it on top. So it's pretty easy. So once you get that in play, you attach that energy, get that on, just attach DCE, and you're good to do 100. Have Cynthia, or if you have Lucario on your bench, get a Cynthia, and yeah. So there are the Gabites. And we do have the Gibbles. I play these ones because we don't want them to get knocked out by their own Big Daddy with Quick Drive. Because when a 60 health and the only other fighting one has 50, and the Dragon one would be harder to search for because I do play Brooklet Hills inside of here. And never enough, you discard a card from your hand and you draw 2 cards. So it helps with draw power, it helps with setups. It's pretty nice to use. Only cost of 1 energy. They all have low retreat costs. So Garchomp has none, so that's really awesome. I love it so much. But yeah, let's get on to Lucario now. Okay, so we do run 3 copies of Lucario. This one is from Ultra Prism, as you can tell right over there. It's not one of the old-fashioned reversals. It's just a pre-release one. It's because of the ability. You don't really want to use that unless all of your Garchomps were knocked out because it's set up to be your only attacker. So Weakness Psychic could go bad and expanded because of Mega Mewtwo and Mewtwo. But anyway, so what Permanent Aura does, if there's a Garchomp in play, you search your deck for any card. That's what I love about this deck. It's like you don't need a Tapu Lele. So it's it's cheaper to make pretty much. But you search for that Cynthia and use it. And if you have 2 in play, there you go, you have 2 abilities. So you can search for, say, if you don't have DCE, attach it, Cynthia. Or you can search for Pokemon Fan Club, get Gibbles. It's such an easy setup for Garchomp, so very fitting for the deck. Also do run to get to Lucario, 3 copies of Riolu. I play this one because of Detect. It pretty much flip a coin of heads. This Pokemon can't be affected by by damage. You don't really want to use Jab because you want to use that to keep them alive as much as you can. So if he's your only basic, you don't get KO'd first turn because that feels horrible. It happened to me one time from a starter. So we do play also 2 copies of Regirock EX. This does help with this setup, with the Garchomp setup, because the ability, you're not really going to use a 3rd attack unless you have to if you're put into that situation. So anyways, 180 hit points, pretty good. So Regipower attacks your fighting Pokemon, do 10 more damage, excluding Regirock EX. So that's pretty helpful for Garchomp. Really helpful, actually, if you think about it. Because if you have 2, and say if you also have Diancie, another card that you run, you're doing an extra, like, 50. No, wait, 40. Sorry. 40. So that's 240. That's almost enough to knock out the highest health. And if you add Choice Band. So with the Choice Band, it does 250. So yeah. There they are, Regirocks. Sorry if I can't get a good view of them. I'm not really looking at the camera that much. We do have the Diancie Prism. Beautiful card. We're playing it because Princess's Cheer. I'm not really going to use that. If it's necessary, you could. But anyways, what it does, it helps your fighting Pokemon do 20 more damage. So that's why I could help with the Lucario here with Missile Jab. It could help it do 90 damage, which is pretty good if all Garchomps are knocked out. Yeah, it's a last minute thing. This was pretty helpful to put in, considering it's a basic too. I know there are champs, but it's not basic. I do like 30 damage. I help it do 30 damage more. I need to run 4 copies of Cynthia. This is the card that helps Garchomp do 200 damage. Right over here. So the strategy you want to have is, if you have a Garchomp and you have Lucario, you search your deck for a Cynthia, say he's all charged. You use that Cynthia, and you use Royal Blades for 200 damage. And you can do that for 4 turns, and plus I also play Pal Pads, so it does help out a lot. Like, very much. So Cynthia is a really useful part of this deck. And I love it because, like, Cynthia also owns a Garchomp and Lucario. So, yeah, one of the most powerful trainers, too, apparently. And we do play 2 copies of Pokemon Fan Club. This is really helpful for getting the Diancie out, Regirock EX out, Riolu and stuff, everything, like, all the basics. You just search your deck for 2 basics, shuffle your deck after, and then you put them out on your bench. You run 2 copies of Guzma. This is really helpful because if we can switch out for another Garchomp, it has free retreat cost. So you can see right over there. Or some of them only have 1, and we do play a lot of Warp Energies. And we have an energy attached to them just to treat them with that. So they all have cheap retreat costs, except for Regirock. So there we go. We run 3 copies of Ultra Ball. So this is good for finding Lucario or Riolu if you want to. Maybe even Gibble. Depends how bad it's going. And yeah, it's pretty good for everything that isn't Dragon. Also does help with alternating setups, depending if it's like, say, a Gardevoir deck. Just get one of these Garchomps out if you're already having a setup with that one. So that can also be pretty helpful. And we play 3 Materials Treasures. If you want to alter it to the next setup, which is the Dragon one. Which is not weak to... They have weakness to grass, so I would say like a Decidueye deck. Alternate. See, I like this deck because you could have different setups. But the second Garchomp's knocked out, you're not in the best situation at all. You do run 3 choice bands. This helps against GXs, so Garchomp over here. Dancing on the bench. See? Okay. That's 220. Choice band 230. You only need to do 200 for Pokemon because the highest non-ultra rare Pokemon is 200 health. And the highest health Pokemon is 250 because that's just 20 and plus 30. So that's 250. So that's really all the damage you need to do. Just knock out. And that's just like the Mr. Mime thing that they're making. It's so stupid. It's like a barrier thing. I do play on 2 copies of Rare Candy. These these help with a faster setup. They've been helpful in many situations. And yeah, the deck's pretty slow without them. So they're important to have. So pretty much what it does, if you have a Gibble on your bench, right? If you have a Gibble on your bench, you can use it to get to a Garchomp. Just like that. So like it helps, say if you have like 2 Lucarios, oh yeah, or you could do this one, depending on the setups. Like I said before, this one's weak to grass. If it's a Decidueye deck or something like that, a grass deck, use this one. If it's weak to fairy, use this one. That's why there's 2 different setups you can use. And yeah, that's for a candy. I do run 2 copies of Pal Pads. They're like really replacement for VS Seekers, but not as good. If they were, they'd be worth quite a bit. But anyways, yeah, they help with Cynthia. So you really want to get as many uses as you can out of Cynthia. So yeah, they're really helpful. Shovel 2 supporters from your Shed Pal into your deck. Thank you, my loyal peasant. I'm talking to my own hand. We do play 1 copy of Super Rod in case if Garchomp gets knocked out, and when he's knocked out, you're not in the best situation. So you could have that out to help with Garchomp, maybe some energies if you're out, because there's not too many. We do play 2 copies of Devoured Field and 2 copies of Brooklet Hill. So this is Brooklet Hill for the beginning. Devoured Field is for later on in the game. So this Garchomp over here, if you're having this setup, you do Choice Band and Devoured Field, 240. That's almost enough for the knockout. And then sooner, there's going to make an Altaria on Dragon Exalted. Stop. Perfect. Dragon Exalted, so it's going to help him do a lot more damage too. So it's going to help with the Mind Barrier thing. The cards to make each other indestructible. And then we do run for energies now. We do run for copies of DCEs. There pretty much are 2 of these. And that's really helpful for just another attach. So it's just 2 turns to charge that. And that's pretty awesome. Same with this guy. This Garchomp here. So we'll set this here. We do run 3 copies of Warp Energies. Because, you know, Guzma, it could help with warping really fast and everything like that. And say if we have Regirock up. Because he was the only one left on our bench. And we get a Gibble from Brooklet Hill. We switch out the Regirock with the Gibble. So that's pretty straightforward. And we run 7 copies of Fighting Energies. Got a nice holographic one. But anyways, yeah, like this deck wouldn't be anything without them. Because all attacks take energies, so come on, you need them to use it. So, yeah, we only run 7. And now we're gonna get the big picture. Okay. It's not aligned perfect. But you know, I tried my best to keep it neat. Yeah, okay, so you guys ready? There it is, there's the deck. That blurred one up there is because of the sun, that's Diancie Prism. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and make it, go ahead and enjoy. Peace.